Chris Loder.
Thank you, Ms Snokes. It's a pleasure to speak in this debate and to follow the Honourable Lady, who I know has much interest in this area. I should first of all like to declare, Ms Snokes, that I'm a farmer's son in my home constituency of West Dorset. And, of course, when we talk about hands-on, I mean hands-on in terms of carving cows the night before the general election. And I'd like to think that I can offer some insights to this debate and to the House. It is increasingly clear to me that we need to step up in this House. We need to step up to the plate because our farmers, I'm afraid, are under attack from all sides, whether it's the environmental lobby, whether it's those who disagree, whether it's those who believe in a vegan agenda, and indeed others as well. It is something that gives me considerable cause for concern when it comes to farmers' mental health, as my honourable friend mentioned in her opening speech. But I think also, whether it's environmental campaigners or not, we need to think about also the supply chain. We need to think about our supermarkets. Because for me, the thing that really concerns me, Madam Chairman, is that our supermarkets are in a very dominant position. I don't share the view of my honourable friend. Our supermarkets are in a very dominant position, and I believe they abuse that position with our farmers. And I think it's time we called out these supermarkets for it. The grocery adjudicator, in my opinion, is a complete waste of time. It doesn't do what it should do. Why is it that supermarkets such as Sainsbury's can, on the back of a milk contract, threaten a farmer that if they do not provide or sell their cows to that supermarket, they will tear up their milk contract? That is fundamentally unacceptable, and every one of us in this House should stand up and call it out for what it is, and I encourage my honourable friends and members opposite to support me in doing so. But I think also, Madam Chairman, we need to just bear in mind some of the things that have happened over the past year when it comes to animal welfare as well. There is no one more so in this House that feels more strongly about animal welfare, and I appreciate the support from all members of this House for my private member's bill earlier last year. However, it is important to note, and I think we need to maybe put the record straight on a few examples. Previously in debates in this House, we have given the impression, and I'm afraid the opposition particularly have given the impression, that animal welfare is substandard in this country, that the government has somehow given in on animal welfare standards. I'd just like to remind the House that we are very clear in our import standards, and the government has been clear, and I continually seek reassurances from ministers that import standards will not be changed, and for the record, Madam Chairman, that means hormone-injected beef will not be permitted in this country, and the same for chlorinated chicken. So I'd just like to be crystal clear on that, if I may. But we should also, I think, be in the position where we call out those who some of my farmers refer to as environmental do-gooders. And I just want to say that by that, specifically, I mean those people who genuinely believe that it's better for the environment to eat an avocado that's been flown 5,000 miles away to the breakfast table rather than some meat or some produce that has come from around the corner. This is the sort of attack that our farmers are under. And I believe that we must stand up and we must push back on those things much more. Now, we've mentioned, I'm sure we'll probably mention a little bit more, the situation with the supply chain. The supply chain has been progressively under pressure, I would say, over the last 6 months. We have seen the best before date of milk in the supermarket getting closer and closer and closer to the day we buy it. Some people say that's a problem. I believe that's the biggest and best opportunity that our farmers have had for a very, very long time. And that is because it's putting pressure on a very centralised, very commercialised supply chain that provides the supermarkets with considerable profit. And our farmers, as indeed such dairies in my constituency, such as Hollis Mead and others, now sell their milk on the doorstep, almost literally. They provide the small shops and the supermarkets with their milk, and I can tell you now it is cheaper than what it is if you buy it in the supermarket. Madam Chairman, I'm very conscious of time. I would just like to thank you once again. I'd like to congratulate the Honourable Member for securing this debate. and I would like to place on record my continuing support for our farmers, not only in my constituency of West Dorset, but across the entire nation.